First we'll discuss what cell contain, then the cell size and cell shape. We will discuss cell. Basically, two types of cells are there: plant cell, animal cell. Okay, animal cell, plant cell are different in structures. We'll see in detail how they are differed. Before that entire concept, let's go to the fundamental part. This is the cell wall and this is your cell membrane. Inside cell membrane, this is the nucleus and this is your cytoplasm. Here also same thing. Cytoplasm, nucleus. This is your nucleus, this is your cytoplasm, this is your cell membrane. Well, the cell basically contains three major parts: outer covering, outer protection, and cell providing part. In animal cell, only cell membrane is there. Plant cell contains the extra one, that is your cell wall is here. So first is basically cell membrane. Second, cytoplasm. Third, nucleus. So we'll briefly discuss what nucleus or cytoplasm contain exactly. Cytoplasm contain two things: the sum of cytosol plus cell organelles. So basically, cell membrane plus protoplasm is a complete set of cell. So what is protoplasm? Protoplasm is the sum of cytoplasm plus nucleus. So basically protoplasm is the unit of living part. Without protoplasm a cell will die. So next, cell membrane plus protoplasm is called combiningly protoplast. So cell membrane plus protoplasm is combiningly called, both cell membrane and protoplasm is called protoplast. And protoplast means it's nothing but a cell, right? Cell plus cell wall is nothing but plant cell. So this is the basic idea regarding a cell components, cell structures. So now we'll discuss some different size of cell, different shape of cell. If we go to the size part, first we'll discuss size, then shape. See, the shape is linked with the structure. How it look like is, there are different shapes of cells are there: oval shape, spherical shape, cuboidal shape, rectangular shape, irregular shape, discoid shape. But basically if you go to size, some cells are longer, very long, very small. Lengthwise we can measure the cell in size. The smallest cell is mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is one type of bacteria, is the smallest cell. The largest cell is ostrich egg. And the longest cell is neurons. You know, some cell like acetabularia is a single cell. Its length is around 1 to 10 meters. Acetabularia is one of the marine fungi. Its length is around 1 to 10 meter. Is one of the exceptional cases. If you go to the shape, some cells are oval shape like egg, spherical, ova, cuboidal, rectangulars. These are the different types of tissue cells. Epithelial tissue cells. Irregular shape, that is neurons. Discoid shape is RBJ. So these are going different type of size and shape part of the cell. Okay, so now we'll discuss the anatomical part of the cell and how it is made up of and what are its functions. So according to the complexity of the cells are two types, eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. See, types of cells, eukaryotes and prokaryotes. See, eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. So what is exactly eukaryotic cell? The cell which having all the cell organelles, distinct nucleus, that's a eukaryotic cell. So eukaryotic cell normally present in higher organism and it contain almost all the cell organelles present in cell. What about prokaryotic cell? Prokaryotic cell present in low organism and which contain some of the cellular content and maximum cell organelles absent in prokaryotic cell. It does not contain any distinct nucleus. Most of the cell organelles are absent in prokaryotic cells. And prokaryotic cell contain the low organism like bacteria, algae, fungi. These are coming under prokaryotic cells. Okay. Next, according to the presence of cell in an organism are two types, that is unicellular organism, second multicellular organism. So basically two types of organism are based on the presence of multiplicities of the cells. Unicellular contain one cell, they perform all sort of its functions by using one cell. In multicellular organism it contain only organ based structure. So basically if you go to the structural part in multicellular organism, some cell unite to form tissue, some tissue unite to form organ unite to form organ system, some organ system unite to form organism. So this is the sequence of multicellular organism. Some multicellular organism are having group of tissue, no organ is there. Group of organ, no organ system is there. Group of organ system, no, it's not having a complete set of organ system. So the advanced animals having all the part, tissue, organ system, right? So first we'll discuss the cell part. Previously we have gone through the parts of cell. First cell boundaries, cell boundary, it meant it is a cell wall, cell membrane, second nucleus, third cytoplasm. So one by one we will discuss. Cytoplasm contains cytosol with cell organelles, basically cytosol and cell organelle. First we will discuss cell boundaries, and that is cell wall. Remember, cell wall is exclusively present in plants and few lower organisms like algae and bacteria. The cell wall present first in plants, bacteria, algae and fungi. This is the source of cell wall. But does all the cell wall are similar? No, not exactly. Plant cell wall is made up of different types of chemicals. Bacteria, algae, fungi, they contain different types of cell walls. So first we'll discuss about plant cell wall. Then we'll go other parts. Basically our part is plant cell wall. The plant cell wall contain, the chemical is called cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin. But bacteria cell wall contain peptidoglycan. The exceptional case is bacteria, which contain peptidoglycan. If you go to fungi, it contains chitin. Next part. The contents of cellule is cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. And how it arranges? Basically two types of cellule are there. Types. One is primary cellule, another is secondary cellule. One question should come in your mind: what it contains? What are the structures behind the cell wall, and what are the functions of cell walls? Remember, cell wall give the rigidity to the cell first. Second, make a perfect structures. Apart from that, cell wall is a rigid wall over the cell membrane, and which able to adhere one cell within other cells. How we will see. So basically primary cell wall and secondary cell walls, will classify them. If this is the cell, this is a primary cell wall, secondary cell wall, three layers of secondary cell wall is there. Okay. So primary cell wall was at the beginning, at the early stage. When the plant cell will mature, it become older, it forms secondary cell walls, right? So when we will discuss about the plant tissue, at that time you will see there are three types of tissue are there. One is meristematic tissue, another is permanent tissue, and another is glandular tissue. Permanent tissue is two types: simple permanent and another one is complex one. Simple having three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. When the cell will become older, new cell wall will add. The beginning it have, you see here, beginning it have only one cell wall. When it become older, another cell wall will add. When it become more and older, another cell wall will add. When it become more and more older, it become another cell wall will add. When it will complete three cell wall will come in secondary cell wall, the cytoplasmic part will waste out. So now the cell will die. But remember, in our body, if some cell will die in animals, that cell will worn out. It should be goes out from our body. But in plants, the dead cell will remain as it is, to make more and more, provide more and more protection to the plants. Okay. So when the cell will unable to divide, when the cell will mature and cell will die, it produce permanent cell. And let's go to the compound part, secondary cell walls. Next we will discuss about the function related to cell wall. Basically cell wall provide protection, provide safe, store nutrients. So now we will discuss how the cell and cell are being connected in plant. So this is one of the cell, this is another cell. Okay. So how they are being connected? Always remember, there is a connecting material between them, which is called middle lamella. Middle lamella is a connecting material which connect to cells. Middle lamella, and the connection between two cells is being done by a opening that is called plasmodesmata between two cells, right? So this is a simple anatomical part of a plant cell. So cell wall being attached with another cell wall by middle lamella, and the link between two cells is being plasmodesmata. So now we will discuss about the cell membrane. Cell wall part is over. Cell membrane. Remember, the cell membrane present both in plant and animals, and cell membrane basically contain lipids and proteins. So one model is there to design the cell membrane, and that model was given by a scientist, Nicholson, in 1972, and that is called fluid mosaic model. So what exactly fluid mosaic model? Let's see. He told the cell membrane contain two things. One is lipids, another is protein. There are two types of proteins are there. One is extrinsic protein and this is intrinsic protein. Well, what exactly lipid and how it arranged? The proteins are embedded in the lipids uniformly, and the lipids are having two parts: hydrophilic head, lipophilic tail. So head and tails are arranged in opposite patterns. There are two proteins are there. One is extrinsic protein. This is the protein. So this is the extrinsic, this is your intrinsic protein. Intrinsic protein is linked entirely to the cell membrane. Extrinsic protein present outside to the surface or inside to the cytoplasm environment. Well, this is your intrinsic, this is extrinsic protein, extrinsic and intrinsic. It provides protection and it acts as a receptor or channel. They act as channels. Let's see in detail. So now we'll discuss the functions of cell membrane. The first, it is permeable to nutrients, gases. Second, gives safe and rigidity to cell. Third, act as a barrier between extracellular environment and cytoplasm. So now question arises, how the nutrients and gases enter to the cell or goes from the cell to the extracellular environments. There is two mechanisms working here for movement of nutrients and gases from extracellular to inside or inside to outside. Let's see in detail. In some sort of nutrients required energy and some just move by the help of different and partial pressures, and basically it can followed by physical process and biological process. And the physical process having two parts. One is diffusion, another is osmosis. So what is diffusion? The movement of the molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. Basically diffusion takes place in gases and ions. But in osmosis, so exactly what is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water from higher concentration of water to lower concentration, or the movement of water from lower concentration of the solutes to higher concentration of the solute. Let's see in detail how osmosis varied. Movement of water from high water level or high water concentration to low water concentration. If the medium having more water concentration, the solute will be less. So in reverse, low solute or less concentrate to high solute or more concentrate medium. This is the basic difference. Movement from high concentration of water to low concentration of the water, or low solute or less concentrate total medium to high concentrate medium. This is the matter of solute and this is the matter of water. So that's the difference. Next, the types of osmosis. So osmosis can take place from outer environment to the cell or cytoplasm, or from cytoplasm to the extracellular medium. If from extracellular medium to cytoplasm, or indirectly to the cell, that is called endoosmosis. If same thing going reverse, that is called exoosmosis. So this is the basis behind, the basic concept behind the movement of nutrients and gases. So gases can move from high concentration to low concentration. But what about the nutrients? How they move? On the movement mechanism and by using energy, the transport once again divided into three types of transport through cell membrane. One is active transport system, another is passive transport system, the last one is bulk transport system. So what is active transport system? The system which require energy from movement from in to out, from or out to in. In passive transport system, no requirement of energy. And in bulk transport system, it required energy as well as some carrier particle will be there which carry the materials from outside to inside the cell or from inside to the outside to the cells. And that carrier part is called vesicles. So that is the basic difference. Active transport required energy, and the energy will, where the energy come, question might be come in your mind, where energy come? Energy is being provided by ATP. So energy being utilized by the carriers and transport the materials. Passive transport system, no need of energy, not at all. This is a movement on the basis of concentration gradient. And in bulk transport system, energy with some carriers, vesicles will take the nutrients from external environment to the internal environments. So this is the system associated with our transport channels.